Hello and welcome. This tutorial is about molar mass and how to complete mole to gram or gram to mole conversions in chemistry. During these videos, you should always write notes and examples and always pause my voice and replay. I know sometimes I talk fast, so this time you can pause my voice. Isn't that great? So the first thing I would like to go over is how to calculate the molar mass. Whenever you see molar mass, it's the total mass of a substance within 1 mole. Most of the time, it's going to be these compounds. So my first example, what is the molar mass of MgCl2? So looking at the compound, we have magnesium, which I look at the periodic table that looks like this, and chlorine right here. So what we're going to do is take the letters and replace them with the masses. So instead of Mg, I am going to replace it with the mass of 24.3. I like to have 1 after the decimal, and I round it. Well, there's only 1 magnesium, so I'm going to multiply that number by 1. Then I will add the next element, which is chlorine, and its mass is 35.453. I'm going to round this, because if I want to get rid of 1 after the decimal, that rounds it up 1. So that goes to 5. So chlorine is 35.5. But then I see a 2 next to the chlorine. That means I have to multiply the mass by 2. So I'm just going to put the 2 right there in my calculation. When I put this in my calculator, my answer is 95.3. I'm going to write that a little bit better. 95.3. My units for molar mass is G/mol, meaning there's 95.3 grams per 1 mole. So let me show you another example. This example has parentheses within the compound, and so I just wanted to go over how to calculate the molar mass of these. This is calcium chlorate. So we're going to do the same thing. I look at my periodic table and I'm going to replace the letters with the masses that are found on the periodic table. So calcium, I'm going to round to 40.1, and there's only 1. And whatever whatever element I see, I'm going to replace it with the numbers. So Ca is now 40.1. Then this is chlorine, Cl, and I'm going to replace it with 35.5 because that's how we round it. 35.5. The question I have to ask myself is, how many chlorines are in this compound? Well, there's only 1 here, but the 2 distributes to both elements in this parentheses, so there's 2 chlorines. So I'm going to have to say there's 2 of them. Plus oxygen's mass, which rounds to about 16.0. So I'm just taking oxygen and replacing its mass. And then I count. I'm like, okay, there's 3 in here, but then 2 on the outside, so they multiply. 2 times 3 equals 6. So I multiply that by 6. So that is my entire calculation for the molar mass of calcium chlorate. So now I just need to put it in my calculator. And once I place this in my calculator, I get 207.1, and the unit again is grams per a mole. All right, and that would be my final answer for the molar mass of this compound. My first example is how to convert moles into grams. Okay, so notice I'm using compounds that we were just talking about. So I say, how many grams are in 0.45 moles of magnesium chloride, MgCl2? So when I see these questions, I like to underline what's given to me. So it's 0.45 moles of MgCl2, and what I'm trying to solve for, I circle. So whatever I underline, I put in the top left corner of a conversion table. So 0.45 MOL, because that's the short for moles. Can't just put M because that means meters. And then MgCl2. And I make my conversion table. So since moles is in the top left, and I do not want moles anymore, I will always bring it down to the other box. So notice the mole is carrying down. And I know for every 1 mole of MgCl2, the mass of that is 95.3 grams. Because remember when we just calculated magnesium chloride, it was 95.3 G over MOL. Well, I just rewrote that right here. Okay, so the moles are gone and the grams are the only thing remaining. So now I just have to put this in my calculator. How to place this into your calculator? You'll put the first number you see here. So I'll put 0.45. Then when I get to the vertical line, I will open a parenthesis. So open a parenthesis. Then I put the first number, the top number, 95.3. Then to get the horizontal line, I press the divide sign, which looks like this. 1. Close. And then I press enter. And my calculator says 42.885. I will round this to 1 after the decimal. So 42.9. And my unit left was grams, so grams. That is my final answer. And that's how I convert moles into grams. I'm essentially just multiplying by the molar mass. So my last example is a little bit different. So let's read. How many moles are there in 517.75 grams of calcium chlorate? So in this example, we are given grams, so 517.75 grams of this substance, and how many moles. So since I'm starting with grams this time, that goes in the top left corner. 517.75 grams. And I like to put the name of the substance in the top left one. That way I know I'm going to talk about this entire conversion table. So this time, grams is on the bottom. So the G is going to have to travel to the bottom. So grams travels down, and if grams is on one side, 1 mole is on the other side every time. So then, how do I get this grams? Do we know the mass of this compound? We do. We just calculated it not that long ago. We calculated this compound to be 207.1 grams per mole. So that's why in this space, the mass of 207.1 grams goes here, and the 1 mole is on the other side. So my grams canceled, moles is the only thing that's left, and that's why I circled what I have to solve for. So now I just put this in my calculator. I'll put 517.75, open a parenthesis when I get to that vertical line. The first number is a 1 this time. The horizontal is divide, then 207.1. Close parenthesis and enter. And my answer in the calculator is 2.5 exactly, and my only unit that will be left is moles. So MOL. And that's my final answer. There you go. So hopefully this video has helped you going from molar masses, grams to moles, and then moles to grams as well. So enjoy, please rewind, and make sure you know how to do these conversions. They will help you a lot in chemistry this semester.